Grandma's delicious butter horn rolls. And then we're gonna freeze them. And then right before Thanksgiving, we'll take them out of the freezer and they'll rise and then we can eat them. Huh, well first we gotta cook them, then we can eat them. Sound good?
Can I help make it?
Yes, of course. We gotta get out our mixer first. We're gonna make Mom's rolls. Well, Grandma's rolls, I guess. So this is a family staple in our home. Huh. Every Thanksgiving. Well, we have them more than that, but.
Can I help sewing?
Yes, you can help stir. And yes, so we need 1 cup of milk scalded. You know what scalded means?
No.
It means get it really, really, really hot until it forms like a film on the top. And I forgot that we didn't have milk. Huh. So where did we get our milk from?
I don't know.
You saw me take it out from the freezer. So hopefully this doesn't explode on us or anything. Let's see if I've got 1 cup enough yet. We're gonna see if we have enough. This is frozen, so I might have to wait for a minute. Ooh, we might have just enough. Okay, 1 cup. We're gonna put that in the microwave. Okay, so while that's doing that, you wanna help me crack the eggs? Okay, gotta be a little gentle though. Okay, not that gentle. Not that gentle. Okay, come here. You wanna do it with me?
I want to do it.
Okay. A little harder. Okay, that's good. Great.
Let's open it.
We'll open it. Huh?
This is their color.
Your favorite color. Wanna do that one? See, oh, yep, there you go. It's kind of a film on the top of the milk.
Do it.
Let's do it. Okay, shortening.
Shortening.
We don't normally use shortening, but here we are.
Can I have the little one? I want the little one.
Well, we have to do what the recipe says. If we don't do what the recipe says, then we'll get
Nice.
mixed results.
Get it. That thing. Snub. Snubby, snubby.
Snubby, snubby.
Blah.
Okay, so now I gotta put that in here.
Why?
Because that's what it says to do. Add shortening.
Mom, push it down. Push it down.
Push it down, push it down, push it down.
Can I eat it?
Oh no. Sugar?
I
We
want
need
to do
half a
sugar.
cup of sugar. You can pour in the sugar, that's just fine.
Thank you, thank you.
You pour the sugar in there.
That would be yucky.
Alright, if we ate it right now, it would be yucky. And salt.
Hot. Fatty.
1 teaspoon of salt.
Can I do that?
Yep, there you go.
Woo!
Woohoo! Okay, we're gonna stir this around a little bit.
Can I do it?
Okay, well, slow. Oh my heavens. Okay, Navy. While we're waiting for the thing to cool down, we'll make these cookies. Okay?
Mom, can I open it?
Yep, you can open it.
Hey, that's my favorite color there.
Oh my heavens.
Mom.
Oh, so fancy.
Wow. Whoa.
Okay, should we do all the pink ones or all the brown ones?
All the pink ones.
Okay. Can you put them on here?
It's so messy. Let me count them one wheel all that. Well. I do the pink ones and you do the brown.
This is a small pan. But we're probably not going to eat more than this.
Yeah. We can leave the rest
Just
for
you and
Jack.
Jack, so you put it over here somewhere. They need to have some space. Okay, so we'll save these ones because you and Jack aren't going to eat all these today. So we'll save those.
That are some crazy people.
Some crazy people.
Yeah, I know.
Let's see. See what it is. Can you read it?
See.
115. Oop, a little too hot still. It's 121. We'll come back in a minute. Okay, so our oven said it's ready. We're gonna put in Navy's after holiday sale cookies. Huh.
I want to eat the one now.
Well, we gotta cook it first. I have learned with those cookies, if you put them in for too long, not good at all. I mean, they're mediocre anyways, but definitely not homemade. Okay, let's see how this is now.
Too hot.
Too hot. I think it might be just right. Yep, 113, and we want it between 110 and 115. So,
Too hot.
it's ready for the yeast now. Yeast. 1 package of yeast. Oh gosh. I think it's 2.5 teaspoons. 1. Oh yeah, I already dumped it. 2.
It's
I'll do
gone.
quarter. Okay, so now we're gonna stir this up a little bit. You wanna stir it?
Mhm.
Okay, go ahead. Ooh, careful, huh?
That way we'll pour it from the top.
Okay?
Yeah.
Okay. So we're gonna pour this. Oh, Navy girl. I'm actually gonna pour this in here.
Whoa, yummy, yummy, yummy. Are we good to do it? We're gonna turn on.
Yep, in just a minute.
Right now.
Just a minute. Okay, now the recipe says to add the eggs and the flour. Okay, so do you want to put this in there?
Yeah.
Whoosh.
Woosha, 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 woosha.
And how much flour? 4.5 cups. Okay, I'm gonna get down so I can see. I switched over to using Kamut flour or Coruscant about how long ago was it? I don't know, a year or two ago, probably 2 years ago.
2 years ago.
2 years ago. It has kind of a nutty flavor. Not like super nutty, but it's more like the flour that our ancestors would have used like 100 years ago. It is, the Kamut is organic, and so it just hasn't been modified from what our white flour is today. So I don't necessarily use it for health benefits or whatnot, but I just like the flavor of it better. It gives a different texture to your baked goods.
I don't like that.
Okay, let's do it. Okay, let's all scoop them out. But the only bad thing is with kamut. Okay, 1,
2. What shape is that?
oh, it's kind of a circle, huh?
But it's breaking out.
2,
3, 4,
3,
4,
4. We'll start with that. Okay, so what I was saying was with the only bad thing about kamut, well, it's not a bad thing, but the only negative thing about having kamut is that it takes a little bit differently in baked goods. So if the recipe says 4 cups, you probably want to decrease that by 4 tablespoons or 1/4 of a cup because it just is a little bit different. So that was weird. Anyways, so we're going to start with 4 cups and then we'll see if we need to add more, huh? Bread's all about feel. So we'll see how this goes. And I like a Bosch because you can add stuff from the top without having the KitchenAid head in the way. So let's see. Ooh, this is good. Okay. That's perfect. It is not sticky. Ooh, this is perfect. Ooh, okay. Now I figured out how to do Mom's Butterhorns with kamut. That's perfect. Okay, let's not play with it, okay? So we're gonna put this in a bowl. We'll find a bowl. So I like to use this because you can kind of gauge how much it has risen. But most of the time, honestly, oh, Alexa, stop. Most of the time, this is way too small for the amount of bread that I make. So let it be just a second, Dan.
Okay.
Oh, it's not Play-Doh. Okay, we're not gonna play with it. We're gonna take this off. Is that yummy?
Yeah.
Oh my goof.
Mom, can I eat that part?
No, we're not just gonna eat bread dough, you silly goose. Okay, so if you're doing this with normal flour, you're gonna do it with 4.5 cups of just all-purpose flour. But I did kamut, so we did 4 cups, and that turned out to be perfect. Ooh, that's nice. Okay, so we're gonna put this in here. We're gonna let it rise to be doubled. And maybe I'll just put the lid on. Oh, okay. I'm gonna flip it over so it doesn't get dry and crusty. Put the lid on, and then we'll just let it be, and we'll be back when this has risen to be doubled.
Well,
The cookies, I forgot that timer was for Alexa for the cookies. Okay, so let's see. Don't touch this, okay, baby girl?
Bye. Yummy!
Yummy, huh? The easiest cookies you ever did make.
Those silly faces.
Yeah, they're crazy, huh? We're gonna put them over here.
So they can cool down.
Yeah, so they can cool down. And then we can eat them in just a little bit.
Today we are going to make chocolate chip cookies.
Okay, so my husband asked for chocolate chip cookies for the Thanksgiving, which is not very much a Thanksgiving dessert, but he's not really a dessert guy. So, and he does love my chocolate chip cookies. So we are going to make chocolate chip cookie dough balls, and we're gonna put them in the freezer and wait to cook them until Thanksgiving. And I'm gonna make some different desserts as well for Thanksgiving, but this is his favorite because he doesn't really enjoy any other desserts really. He'd rather have some chips or something salty. But he likes these and he requested them, so that's what we're gonna do. And I'm getting the recipe off of Avery Cooks. This is our very favoriteest chocolate chip recipe. It is called, let's see if I can find it, the Best Chewy Chocolate Chip Cookies. Let's see if we can see this. Oh, it's not really gonna work, huh? Anyways, called the Best Chewy Chocolate Chip Cookies by Avery Cooks. We're gonna need 1.5 cups of butter, vanilla pudding, which is what makes this different than most.
Can I have another one?
Another what? Watch out, watch out. Another what?
Another candy.
That's fine. Choose one more, okay? I'm gonna be using Kamut again, or Coruscant wheat, and the kids are speaking past the camera. Everyone's home from school, so it is a craziness in here. Anyways, we're going to beat the butter or the brown sugars, just like.
Cookies.
Okay, now we've got everything. Okay, we're gonna put in the butters, this whole thing. Usually I double or triple this, but because we're going to be having so many other desserts, there's no need for that. So, this butter I just got out of the fridge just a little while ago. So I'm going to beat that first so that it's a little bit softer. Okay, we're gonna beat the brown sugar, and
Mama.
butter together.
So when you put brown sugar while it's spinning with butter in it, the brown sugar will get stuck.
You're right, sure will. Okay, it is creamed, it is nice and soft. It's fluffier. You can come here, bud. So we gotta add the egg. Oh, we need 1 egg. Can you get us 1 egg? Oh.
Next, we're going to need 1 egg.
Here, you can crack it. You can crack it into here.
Ooh, that's a good little start.
Woo! Okay, okay, go throw that in the garbage. And then wash your hands, okay? He's very excited about that, obviously. Okay, we're gonna add 1 egg, and this will make it cream a little bit better.
Now we're going
This is perfect. It is light and fluffy and airy, and it has changed colors from a darker brown to now like a tan. Yeah, you can kind of see on here how it used to be this dark, and then it turned to that white or tan.
last level.
Okay, this recipe calls for a box of vanilla pudding, which I think makes all the difference.
Can I do that, Mama? Can I do that? Can I do that?
Yep, come on over.
I'm back again.
Oh,
I'm stirring it around so everybody could get it.
too. That's good, but
Taste after it's done.
after it's all done.
Can I add 2 pieces of candy,
Oh my.
please? Then
Just have one, then you can have some of this after it's done,
open.
okay? Okay, we're going to add the flour. And I use
Next we are going to add some flour.
And I use Kamut or Coruscant, which it's going to change how much we need a little bit. But I'm going to add my baking soda to my flour first so that we don't get clumps or whatnot. One time we got a really bad batch of baking powder and it was just so clumpy, and everything you ate that had it in it, you were scared to get, we call them baking powder bombs. Because when you ate something, you were likely to get a little clump of the baking powder and it would dry your mouth out instantly. And then the only way we found out to get the dryness gone was to brush your teeth. No milk, nothing, no water could fix it. It was horrible. So now I mix my baking soda, baking powder stuff into my flour to make sure that there's no clumps. Because that was horrible. Okay, a little bit of salt. And then so the recipe calls for 2 cups, but because we're using Kamut, I'm going to be a little bit generous, and I'm going to take away from the 2 cups a little bit, but still I'm going to add it a little slower because this recipe, for some reason, is a little bit drier if you follow the instructions exactly. But because I've been making it for so long, so many times, I know not to add as much flour. I should probably just rewrite the recipe into what I actually do, because I follow recipes, kind of. But then I add things like, to this recipe I have added white chocolate chips and cranberries, and that was delicious. That was a favorite. Okay, that's good. I love the mini chocolate chips. I don't know why, they're just cute. And I know the recipe always, most recipes always say to add a whole bag. I've never added the whole bag. I don't like it that chocolatey. I like to have some cookie in my bite. Okay, so that looks pretty good. Okay, so I have a cookie sheet out with parchment on it. When I flash freeze stuff, I love to use parchment. Well, when I cook, I just love parchment. But when I put it in the freezer, I especially love to use parchment because it doesn't stick to this as bad. And then I don't really, I wash the cookie sheet, but I don't really have to like scrub it, you know. So, and then you can use this again. It's not bad or anything if you put it in the freezer. You just use it again when you actually cook the cookies. so we got about, I think, 29, so almost 30 cookies, which will be fine for Thanksgiving because there will be plenty of other desserts to be had, because I'm gonna make some that I would prefer. But anyways, I'm gonna put these in the freezer for 2-ish hours, and then I'm gonna take them out, put them in a Ziploc bag. I'm gonna put them in the freezer and then take them out in about an hour or two, and then they won't stick together when I put them in a bag all touching and stuff like that. And then I can take them out and just put them right in the oven from the freezer, and all you have to do is cook them for like 1 or 2 more minutes, and it is easy as that. I love to have cookie dough in the freezer, well, one, to eat it because I love cookie dough and my kids love cookie dough, but also if you're like invited to something and you need a quick dessert, or just you want a dessert and you don't have time to make it but you want something, there's always cookies in the freezer. So I love to do this. Anyways, we're gonna put it in the freezer, and then we're gonna check on our cookie real quick. Okay, so our bread for our rolls for Thanksgiving has not risen very much. I think it's because it's cold in my house. And also I've noticed in my Kamut recipes, I do the Food Nanny a lot, but in her Kamut recipes, she always has a lot more yeast. So than I think is necessary, but maybe it is necessary. So we'll just let this rise for a little bit longer, and then we'll roll it out probably about an hour or so. Yeah, we'll roll it out in about an hour. And then maybe we'll try this again with more yeast. I know my yeast was good because when I put it in the warm milk, it started bubbling. So that's how you can know if your yeast is good. If it doesn't bubble, then it's not going to rise for you. Maybe it's just the Kamut. I don't know. We'll have to see. We'll have to test out how Kamut does in other bread recipes that I don't. So most of the bread recipes I follow are from the Food Nanny, but this one was just my mom's normal recipe that we use all the time, but with all-purpose flour, and that turns out phenomenal every single time. But I think it might just be because the Kamut is a little denser. So we'll just let it rise for a little bit more. If not, if it doesn't rise, then we'll just start all over. Anyways, we'll check on it in a little bit.
So at this time, the bread is rising and the cookies are done being made. I had just put them in the freezer, and there wasn't really much for me to do. So when I have a free moment like this, I like to take the time to clean up a little bit. So when my projects are over, it doesn't seem like so daunting to clean up the whole kitchen. Instead, I just have to clean up a little piece of whatever I am finishing up. If I do this now while the bread is rising and the cookies are done being made, then I can have a break for a moment and know that when I'm done, I can just be done and I won't have to work anymore. And I noticed that reusable paper towel that is on my kitchen says cock right in the middle of the thing. We just got chickens, and I was a little bit chicken obsessed. And when I saw the package, it had a bunch of different uh, designs on the reusable paper towels, and that was just the one that was out for that day. I had no idea that that middle piece of the Bosch actually came out. I figured it out like a year after I had the mixer, and if you take it out and clean it every time, it will be perfectly fresh. But if you don't, then bread dough and cookie dough and whatever you're making gets stuck in there and it becomes disgusting. So if you have a Bosch, just know that you can take out that middle piece and you need to be washing it.
Okay, so I have just taken this out. This is not quite doubled, but it's taking forever. I ended up putting it in the oven with the light on. When you turn the light on, it heats up the oven just a little bit so that it can create a warm environment for that yeast to grow. But we're gonna roll this out and do the Butterhorn. I need my apron just a second. For Butterhorn rolls, you roll it out in a circle and then you put butter on it. I guess you don't really have to, but that's like the best part. You put butter on the inside, and then you cut them into triangles, and then you roll them up in like crescents. So we will see how many we need. So we'll make 2. No, the recipe said 3. So let's see that. Okay, so the recipe said 3 dozen. So we will cut this kind of equally into 3. That'd be okay. Now we have 3. We're gonna roll these out. I'm gonna put these back in here so they don't dry out. Right. And this dough, you don't, I know my mom sprays the surface. I don't think I'm gonna do that today. It's leaving kind of like, it's, anyways, I think it'll be fine. So we're gonna do this. Oh my heavens. My kids put this back in the drawer after using kinetic sand and didn't let me know. Let me wash it. Okay, so we're gonna attempt to create a circle. Oh my heavens, and there's sparkles. I don't know if you can see that, but there's sparkles in the dough because of the kinetic sand that was on this. Okay, so I'm gonna try and get it really thin because then there's more butter in each layer. Okay, that should be great. I'm gonna get a pan. See if this is, oh, perfect. Okay, I'm just gonna grab some of this, as sanitary as it is. We're gonna spread this around. Okay, so now I have clean again hands. We're gonna cut this into 12-ish. We'll do 3 in each.
I'm ready to go to the
You need help? Okay, just a second. Okay, so you just pick one up, start rolling it, pull it back. And you fold it over like this. You want to make sure that that little tail is on the bottom so that in the oven it doesn't get burnt or anything like that. And we'll just do this for 36 times. And these aren't gonna rise. I'm gonna put these in the oven right now. I mean, not in the oven, in the freezer. And then when we're ready to eat them, we'll leave them out for a few hours so that they can rise before we need them. Then I don't have to worry about this on Thanksgiving because rolls take a long time. And next time, I am going to add more yeast. I think maybe it's just because of the type of flour that we used, which was kamut or Coruscant.
This is why I stuck the cookie dough balls in the freezer on a cookie sheet separated before I put them in a Ziploc bag, is because if I were to just put the cookie dough balls not frozen in a Ziploc bag, they would be so stuck together when I wanted to go use them that I'd have to whack them on the counter or something. But right now they are just separate, and you can take out however many you want at a time. You can just do 3 if you want, or you can do the whole bag, but it gives you the option to choose however many you want when you go to use them. I'm going to do the same exact thing here as I did with the cookie dough balls. I'm going to do the same thing to the rolls. I'm going to put them in the freezer for a few hours and make sure that they're frozen separate from each other before I put them in a Ziploc bag so that when I want to go use them, then I can use however many I want. Thank you so much for sticking around and watching how I make butterhorn rolls. I know that's not really the most Thanksgiving-y meal prep out there, but it is what we are going to partake in, or at least some of it, and I hope you stick around for more to come.